The biggest chunk of money you make in movies right now, for any movie, is in a movie theater. Except if you're talking about indie films. If you're talking about wide release films, it's the biggest chunk of money is going to the movie theater. So that's still the basis for everything. Everybody's kind of hoping, and has been hoping for 20 years, that streaming or pay-per-view or video on demand will be this nirvana where you put it in people's houses and they all just watch it and all subscribe to see it, and they're going to make so much more money. But so far, every time they've tried it, it's failed.
Hello. I need you to get me the names of everyone who serviced this room. It's an emergency.
You can't panic now.
I know.
I'm gonna get you home.
I got people too, Dr. Cheever. We all do.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anyone. Stay away from other people.
It's an interesting moment because you have all these opportunities are being created by coronavirus, because nobody can really blame anybody else for doing what in other circumstances would be considered the wrong thing, or something that is threatening to another part of the business. So it's a chance for people like Universal that are very smart to do an experiment. Personally, I think it's fantastic.
What's going on?
People describe seeing an entity that takes on the form of your worst fears.
Oh my God. What are you looking at? What did you see? What is wrong with you? Please stop it.
I think that there will be dead stars at some point, or a star or two, or something like that. I think that, unfortunately, America has not yet, at this early stage in this process, really come to a understanding of how dramatic the invasion of coronavirus is going to be in our country. Right now, we're all trying to figure out how to protect ourselves, and we're going through that process, and it is a change in our lives, but people are going to start dying in bigger and bigger numbers.
The average person touches their face 3 to 5 times every waking minute. In between, we're touching doorknobs, water fountains, and each other.
Beth. No, go up to your room, honey.
So we have a virus with no treatment protocol and no vaccine at this time.
Unfortunately, she did die.
Right. So can I go talk to her?
Mr. Amoff, your wife is dead.
What are you talking about? What happened to her?
I also think we're going to see movies about the experience of coronavirus more than movies specifically about this trend. I think that the experience a lot of us are having already, 2 weeks into this, of not being sure, not wanting to touch our friends, not being sure who's walking by you, not being sure how lonely you're supposed to be, and what it is to be stuck in your house for day after day after day. What you're supposed to eat, how you're supposed to eat it, whether there's enough toilet paper, which people seem to be crazy about. All these things are very real emotional issues, and I think you're going to see movies that speak to that.
Listen to me. We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough.
Hold on!
If you hear something in the woods, you tell me. If you hear something in the water, you tell me. But under no circumstance are you allowed to take off your blindfold.
Did you hear that?